All right, back for round two. All right, we're opening 2-5 again. The only 5 though is Horn of Plenty. Um, there are no cursing attacks. There's pseudo trashing with Island, and there's also Remodel and Salvager, which Salvager is probably gonna want one of them. There's also just plain old trashing with Trade Route. Plus buys are Trade Route and Nomad Camp. They're both terminals, but the only village is Native Village. I don't see a way to increase hand size. I think that's going to be the limiting factor for any engine we play here. So given that, it's probably going to be a big money variant. What is the best big money enabler here? Baron is quite good. Given the 5-2 opening, I mean, I'll probably want a native village. It's better than nothing. Well, that's debatable for big money, actually. Do I want to go with Baron or an early island? If I get an island, I'm more likely to collide, but what I'd really like to get is a whole bunch of silvers. I think missing the silver first turn makes island less attractive. So I think I want to get a Baron, and to go with the Baron, I actually want nothing. Yeah, I want my Baron to be more likely to collide with my states, and if that happens, I'm probably going to hit a gold anyway. So I don't think I want the native village, especially not to open. And in fact, I'll probably end up just playing one Baron and big money and maybe a late game remodel. I could get a scheme at some point. But anyway, I think that's the plan. So we're going to pass on the first turn. Let's see what he does here with his 5. He might be deciding between Baron and Island at this point. 5-2. If we'd opened 5-2, I almost definitely would have gone for the Nomad camp, actually. But, oh well. So, the big difference is he got a native village and I got nothing. I'm hoping that pays off for me. So, our Barons are missing turn 3. But there are 2 estates left in my deck, so as long as Baron isn't my last card, I'm going to connect with an estate, for sure, and I will have at least $6, so I will be getting gold. With my 4 here, oh, he's gone with Trade Route. That really hurts your economy. He's bought 2 cards that have hurt economy in the beginning, so I'm going to have that advantage. He got 4 coppers. He's going to have 3 estates, so it's possible for him to connect Baron with a state and not even get a gold. And the Trade Route, what is he going to trash? The estates? Well, I think it's important here to get a silver. I really need to play this economy advantage, and this is the best possible draw here for me. I'm going to get a gold. And he's getting a scheme. So he's buying nothing but actions. I'm wondering what kind of engine he's planning to build. I guess you can increase your hand size with Native Village, but the best turn you're going to get is probably, what, remodel based? I mean, if you're going to play for a mega turn, I just think Big Money Baron's going to be faster. Sure hope I'm right. Anyway, I'll pick up this gold with a 5. I will cry and get a silver in that order. Ooh, I could get an island. No, I would rather have a silver. I need the silver at this point. I don't want to trash my estates. I'm going to briefly think about buying a scout to help my Baron connect, and then not do that. And we'll buy silver. My Baron doesn't get an estate, but at least I'll get a gold. He's getting a horn. Okay, so it looks like he's going for a horn megaturn. How many different cards can he play? It's going to be a lot of terminals. I mean, this hand is, or that turn's going to be difficult to put together. I'm pretty sure Baron Big Money is just going to outrace that. Especially with just one native village. He's going to have to get to that megaturn quick, and he's going to have to pick up some pretty expensive cards on the way there. Another trade route. Alright. Is it time for a remodel? I don't think so. Need to get a couple more golds. What I need to focus on, I think, is getting 5 provinces. In fact, maybe I should focus on getting 6 provinces. I want to build up to a deck that will buy 6 provinces before I have to go down to Duchy Dance. Okay, he's clearly going for a Horn Megaturn here. And without draw other than Native Village. Oh, man. Well, I've said it 20 times. I don't think it's going to work, but let's see if I'm wrong. Alright, this is my second Baron whiff. Hopefully next time it will be better. Okay, so it's time to green. I've got, what, 4 golds in my deck and a Baron. I should be okay. So I need to scream through provinces. He's gaining a card up to 4. He's bought a scout, or he's gained a scout. But his estates, well, one estate is in the trash, and he has gained one. Okay. Okay, so he's picking up his 3rd native village. But he's only got 1 horn. Now I hit 7. Alright, his trade routes are going to be worth 3. I think it's gold here. It's another gold here. My Baron hits, but all my good cards were in that first hand of the shuffle. Alright, he's building up. How many cards are on his mat? 2 cards on his mat. So I still don't see much Megaturn potential in the near future. Alright, 2nd province. And he's picked up from his native village mat. Interesting. So he must have had key stuff on there? Maybe the 2 cards on the native village mat were these 2 native villages that he played right after? I suppose. Yeah, so, okay, so that's probably the case. Anyway, I'll get the 2nd province here. Baron whiffs again. Maybe I should be picking up a trade route at some point. They are worth $3. I'll probably get that the next time I don't hit 6. Probably get a trade route. But I want to stay away from the duchies for now. Alright, this is 5. I think I'm getting a trade route here. That's his first island play, it looks like. He has trashed 3 estates and gained 1. And 4 coppers. So most of his starting cards are gone. And how much is on his native village mat? It's 2 cards again. Maybe he's going to focus on the draws. I'm going to pick up a trade route. And I hit 7. That's bad. One more gold, and hopefully I'll be able to buy several more provinces this next shuffle. I've been doing nothing but building up. I feel like my Baron has not come through for me aside from the early gold. Is he going to gain a horn with this, I suppose? Now this seems to be the issue with hand size. I mean, 5 cards in the hand, and you can only do so much. I don't know if 1 mega turn is going to be enough. Alright, that's like my 8th gold. So it'd be great to do province every turn. Alright, he's got 1. I'm up 2-1, now 3-1 on provinces. I'm not going to play this trade route here. And that, I believe, is his last estate, which should be the same estate he discarded last turn. So is his deck really that small? And his native village mat really that big? Native village mat is 6 cards, and his draw pile, well, okay. I guess he just reshuffled. Anyway, I'm going to pick up the 4th province here, and I'll be getting my 5th here. This is what I wanted to happen. So now that I've got 5 provinces, I'm going to go into all green mode. I will not be afraid to pick up duchies at this point. I have a huge lead, I believe. 27-8. Alright, I'm up by 19. So if I can get 1 more province, I can duchy dance out. Duchy and island dance. Actually, I might prefer islands over duchies for a little bit. He picked up from his native village mat again. And I don't think it's time for Megaturn. I mean, if he can pull it off this turn, I'm still okay. Even if he gains all 3 provinces, I still think he's only got 1 estate in his deck. 0 estates in his deck, and the island. So by my estates, I would still win. Okay, so this doesn't even look like double province. Well, his horn can't get to a province, can it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can only get to 6. Okay, he's gone for the duchy. And it's, what, province duchy it looks like? Or not even that, it's $12. So he's doing province island, I guess. He's got another horn for another duchy. Okay, so that was his mega turn. That was it. So his deck should stall pretty hard at this point. And I'm still up 5, and now I'm up even more. So I can break PPR here for sure. I'm not threatened by him. I don't feel threatened by him gaining 11 points in 1 turn. That's going to be province, duchy, and duchy. I don't think his deck's capable of that with an empty native village mat. So he gets an estate. I can get a duchy here and get a bigger lead, and I've got the last province in my hand. So unless he can do it this turn, 13 points. That's province 2 duchies plus. So I think I've got this one locked up. Yeah, for the Horn of Plenty, you really need to be drawing your deck or drawing huge hands to really make use of it, I think. And Native Village being the only draw card. I mean, Horn of Plenty likes mega turns, and so does Native Village, but I didn't see enough enablers on this board to go for it. I mean, there's plus buy elsewhere, and Baron Big Money's supposed to be pretty strong, even though I wasn't terribly lucky with it this time. But also, I thought Remodel and Salvager would have been much better than Trade Route to help him gain components faster. He could have been remodeling coppers into native villages, for example, because I know he wants a ton of those. You can get both of those and easily get them into play for your horns. But this didn't look like a horn board to me anyway. He's picked up 7 cards. That's a lot of cards for just a couple of turns. But it's going to take 4 victory cards to catch me. And he's only got 2 horns left. Did he even get any plus buy cards? He has a Baron. He could gain an estate and get a buy with that in theory. Okay, he does that. So at this point, horns for duchies and a province would be a tie, and I would win on turns in that case. Or look, he did get another island. That wasn't this turn. Okay. That's another card in play. Alright, and I think that's not going to be enough. He's not buying the last province. I'm sure he has enough money. Or no, he only hit 7. After all of that, he couldn't even buy the province. Alright, so I'm safe. Alright, verify here. I'm up. I can get the last province and win. Alright, I'm up 2-0. I feel much better now. Till next time.